A middle-aged commoner, who was just enjoying an evening drink, suddenly finds himself reincarnated into the body of a young nobleman from a house on the verge of collapse, and must work tirelessly to save them from ruin. The anime begins with a middle-aged man opens his eyes for the first time in the body of this young noble, Liam Hamilton. As he finds himself at the dinner table of a grandly held party, he wonders where he is exactly, not understanding how he came here when he was in the middle of having an energy drink at a bar after coming back from work. He looks around and comes across a mirror, which reveals to him that he's basically a child now. The shock from this revelation makes him scream, alarming the adults, including his now father, the head of the Hamilton family. Mr. Hamilton feels greatly humiliated by Liam's childish behavior and reminds him that, even though he is just the fifth son making his existence the least significant out of the others, he is still a member of the reputable Hamilton family and must behave like a noble at all times. Liam remains silent, as he has zero clue as to who this man is and what's going on. Seeing him upset, the maid beside him assumes that he is just upset because of his father's scolding. She tries to lighten his mood, telling him that he should be glad that his father is in a good mood today. Otherwise, things could have been worse. She also mentions why Liam's father is happy apparently. Liam's father, the Count of Hamilton, just had a daughter after only having a bunch of sons, and to celebrate this joyous occasion, he has thrown this party on her birthday. As Liam slowly starts to understand that he is playing the role of the son of a noble, he assumes this is all but some weird dream. But when he goes to sleep, hoping to wake up from his dream, he finds himself waking up the next morning, still in this child's body. This makes him realize that this is not a dream but reality. Liam has no idea why this happened to him, but with no choice, he slowly starts to accept his new life and goes along with how things are going. He wears the clothes and attire of the young kid and, first things first, goes to check out the balcony to get a proper view of the Hamilton house. Upon entering the balcony, he discovers that the Hamilton house is set in the middle of acres of land, which the maid claims all belongs to the Hamiltons. While he is still figuring out how to cope and adjust to his new life, one of his older brothers calls him up to have a discussion about their sister. This guy is Bruno, the fourth son of the Hamilton family, and he has already decided how their newborn's life is going to be. He states that they must ensure that she grows up to be beautiful so that she can get married into the royal family, as that is the only way to keep their family secure. Apparently, the Hamilton family is on the brink of losing their nobility status because they haven't been able to accomplish anything significant in the past 3 generations. The current head, Liam's father, is the 3rd generation head of the house, and when he retires, someone from the 4th generation will succeed him. Bruno is sure they won't accomplish anything by then, and as a result, the Hamiltons will become commoners. That is why Bruno wants to use this blessing to the fullest and pull the family back from the brink of ruin. Bruno, a 13-year-old, is only a year older than Liam, but still acts much more mature around his younger brother. He advises Liam to start thinking about their family's future as well. Their discussion comes to a halt when their tutor enters the room and begins teaching them the fundamentals of magic. Learning that he's going to get to study magic, Liam is unable to contain his excitement and jumps from his seat, embarrassing Bruno, who is surprised by his brother's sudden excitement. Bruno tells Liam not to have his hopes up too high, as only 1 in 100 people has the natural talent for magic, making the odds seem pretty low. Regardless, Liam is determined to learn magic and pays full attention to the tutor, having never had the luxury of learning magic in his previous life as a commoner. After class, he rushes to one of the maids, demanding she show him to the library. As she escorts him there, he starts looking for magic books. After picking up a book called Novice Fire Magic, he starts reading the contents and follows the steps to cast a simple fire magic spell, igniting a flame on his index finger. The maid is impressed and congratulates the young master on being able to cast fire magic. Wanting to learn more, Liam goes to his father's office and requests some of the grimoires, the books of spells from the library. The Count shows no interest in his 5th son being busy with his work, and grants him access to study books outside of the library without any questions. With his father's permission, Liam immediately gets to work, grabbing some books from the library and learning everything he can. Not long after, he learns a new fire spell called Flame Cutter. A month goes by, and Liam masters his flame cutter spell without the aid of the grimoire. He shows this achievement to Bruno, who can't believe that his younger brother learned this on his own in just 1 month. Being the older brother, Bruno naturally wants to be better than Liam and takes his own grimoire to see if there's some secret shortcut to learning spells. But after trying hard for a moment, Bruno realizes that their youngest brother is just super talented, with a strong affinity for magic. So, the the big brother advises Liam to continue learning magic, promising him that if he continues to shine, he will be able to gain status and become famous. But that would also mean that Liam would completely outshine all of the Hamilton family, so Bruno asks if Liam is studying this hard to become the next head of the family. Liam reassures Bruno, telling him that he only wants to learn magic as a hobby and doesn't intend to become their oldest brother, Albervit, target by eyeing the throne. Anyway, Liam soon learns all of the novice fire spells and sets his sights on the next goal, learning all of the novice ice spells. Liam's father approaches him, having heard the news that he can use magic, and seeing some value in him, finally takes an interest, but the old man is skeptical and asks Liam to demonstrate his talent. Liam shows his newly learned ice magic by freezing a book. Mr. Hamilton is not impressed, asking if that's all Liam can do. Liam replies that he's just started learning ice magic. Wanting to ensure that his father doesn't underestimate him, he reveals that he mastered all of the novice fire spells in under 1 month. This time, Mr. Hamilton's reaction changes and he starts laughing, saying that the heavens have finally blessed their family. He encourages Liam to keep learning and tells him not to hesitate if he ever needs more grimoires. Seeing his father happy and supportive for the first time, Liam feels encouraged to learn more. He's about to head to the woods when one of the butlers whispers to Mr. Hamilton about some bad news. Not knowing what's going on, Liam goes to the forest and runs into a man in a white coat sitting under a tree, who asks Liam if he is one of the Hamilton sons. As Liam replies in the affirmative, the man gives up and tells Liam to go ahead and capture him. Seeing Liam utterly confused, the man tells him to forget about it, and instead asks him about his grimoire, hearing that Liam is going to practice novice magic. The man offers to teach him a more efficient way and casts 5 different spells at once. Liam eagerly requests the man to teach him how to do it, and the man, liking the fact that Liam doesn't have the pointless pride most nobles have, agrees to show him the ropes. He teaches Liam how to simultaneously cast magic circles with both hands. As Liam manages to cast fire spells from both hands, the man then teaches him how to cast 3 magic circles at once. Liam masters this technique quickly. However, he fails to execute the spell as he still lacks the magical power. In any case, the man is more than impressed by Liam's talent and reveals that he can cast up to 16 spells at once. Unfortunately, the man is running out of time and really wants to teach Liam more magic. He gives Liam a ring, which he claims is a Magicpedia, a magical artifact that contains hundreds of grimoires worth of magic. As Liam wears the ring, hundreds of magical spells start pouring into his head, allowing him to freely learn them as he pleases. Liam instantly learns a wind attack spell, and using one of the wind attack spells, the man disappears before him, leaving him utterly confused. At that moment, the maid comes by, telling Liam how dangerous it is to be out there and informing him that a suspicious man has snuck into the land. She hands him a book for novice summoning magic that Mr. Hamilton wanted Liam to have and then heads back on her way. That's when the mysterious man from before reappears before Liam, revealing that he simply didn't want to be seen by the maid, indicating that he might actually be dangerous. The man tells Liam that he won't be able to stay much longer and wants to teach him one last spell before leaving. He asks Liam to pick one of the spells from the summoning magic book, and Liam chooses the spell to summon a salamander, a low-level fire spirit. Following the man's instructions, Liam uses the ring to activate the spell. He succeeds in summoning the salamander, but it's immediately absorbed by the ring. The man explains that the ring functions like an infinite notebook, absorbing the contents of how the salamander was summoned. Realizing how incredibly valuable this ring is, Liam offers to return it to the man. But the man claims that the ring isn't that special. It merely saves its user from having to carry tons of grimoires around. Understanding this, Liam continues using the ring to learn more summoning spells from the grimoire. When he's finished experimenting, he looks around for the man's approval, only to find that the man has vanished. The only thing left behind is a message on the ground, advising Liam to keep studying magic and to never tell anyone about their interaction. Although Liam only spends an hour or 2 with a mysterious man, he comes to view him as his master and feels deeply grateful for his teachings. Another month passes and Liam masters both his attack and summoning spells. Using both, he creates a functional furnace, which he then uses to produce white charcoal. One day, Bruno visits Liam and is amazed to find that Liam has already made a considerable amount of white charcoal and collected a bag filled with lecro crystals used to recover magical power. Liam explains that he created the crystals himself using 5 types of magic simultaneously, showcasing his impressive skills. Bruno is proud of his younger brother's progress. Assuming that Liam will do well on his own, Bruno announces that he plans to marry into a low-ranking noble family to gain some independence. He explains the necessity of independence by recounting a piece of their family's history. He reveals that in desperation to save the family, their father sent a large number of soldiers to fight a sealed monster in distant lands. However, the campaign ended in a crushing defeat, with only a handful of survivors returning. Despite this devastating loss, Mr. Hamilton and their eldest brother remain desperate to do whatever it takes to retain their noble status. Bruno believes that they may eventually drag Liam into their schemes, which is why he encourages Liam to also seek independence. The first step toward independence is earning money. Liam sells his white charcoal for a pouch of gold coins and uses some of the money to treat himself to a delicious bowl of ramen for lunch. Inspired by the meal, he decides to bring ramen culture to the Hamilton household. Using an ice spirit to dehydrate noodles, he creates dried noodles and teaches the family chef how to prepare them. Convinced that selling instant noodles could become a profitable business, Liam presents his idea to a local trader. However, the trader refuses to purchase the product, explaining that only the Hamilton family's eldest son, Albert, has the authority to conduct business on behalf of the family. As Liam leaves the shop frustrated, Albert steps out from a room in the back, revealing that he has been keeping a close eye on Liam. Jealous of his youngest brother's growing talents, Albert declares that he will no longer allow Liam to act freely. Liam returns home undeterred and remains motivated to pursue his business ambitions. For now, he stores all of his created items in a dimensional storage system he crafted using a spell learned from the ring. Determined to continue his work unnoticed, Liam uses an unconventional summoning spell to create a clone of himself. He plans to leave this duplicate at the Hamilton mansion to maintain appearances while he ventures out alone to the far lands to sell his goods. The story continues. We see Liam arrives at the Hunters Guild after being advised to go there by his eldest brother, Albert. On getting there, he acknowledges that the place looks like he had heard. Walking in, he attracts the inquiry glares of the other hunters who wonder what a little kid is doing in the guild. One of them even teased him about coming here to run errands for his mummy. Focused, he ignores the old dummies and walks straight to a fierce-looking man, and he figures would be the guild master. When he seeks to know if the man is the guild master, he immediately recognizes him as Liam Hamilton. He also acknowledges that Albert has informed him about Liam's arrival. Before he goes any further, he suggests giving Liam a test. He states that this is necessary to avoid placing him in a class that would be way beyond his abilities. Hearing this, Liam has no issues with it. To kick off the test, the guildmaster instructs him to cast an attack spell that he finds easy. He even states that Liam can speak his incantation slowly, but Liam has completely no idea what the need of incantation is. This sounds very funny to the guildmaster, but he soon realizes what Liam meant. Going further, he asks Liam to attack him while being prepared to launch an attack. Liam figures that he can't help using his full strength, since this is the determining factor for his class placement. Without wasting much time, he fires multiple blasts around the guildmaster's head. Leaving his mouth wide open in shock, the other hunters who witness this are left speechless as to how powerful Liam's magic is. Meanwhile, the guildmaster maintains his cool and offers to place Liam in a rank B due to how powerful he is. This leaves Liam straight-faced, giving us no clue as to whether he is happy or not. After leaving the guild, he takes a look at his B rank tag and wonders if this is good enough. While he ponders on this, a cute girl walks up to him and introduces herself as Asuna. She offers to form a party with him due to how dangerous hunting alone is. Seeing how beautiful she is, the woman-loving Liam wastes no time in accepting her offer. The two shake hands to seal the agreement and head off together. While they walk together, Liam reminds Asuna that they didn't take any hunting jobs from the guild. In response, she reveals that hunting jobs are only given to A-ranked hunters and above. On the other hand, B-ranked hunters like them are left to find dangerous monsters on their own and bring them back to the guild for a reward. While she explains this, the two are ambushed by a pack of monstrous werewolves. With nowhere to run, Asuna almost pees her pants but regains her confidence when Liam uses his magic to place self-growing monsters in the mouths of the wolves. This leaves them occupied and very exhausted, allowing Asuna to land the final blows to take them out. After taking out all the wolves, they take them to the guild. Seeing the amount of wolves they had killed, the other hunters are struck by their own incompetence. Also, the guildmaster is thrilled that the two were able to take down 42 wolves on their own. With this, he realizes just how strong they are and offers to hire them for an actual hunting job. They get asked to hunt down a large caterpillar monster before it interrupts a very important visitor scheduled to arrive at the town later that day. While Asuna is happy about the fact that they have secured their first job, Liam is more concerned about the magic stones found inside the bodies of monsters, which makes them harder to fight compared to ordinary beasts. When the two go up against the monster, they find it hard to take it down and are left exhausted. Liam tries every spell in his arsenal, but nothing seems to be working against the monster, making him feel like a common man. This leaves Asuna devastated since she expected their first job to be easy. While drowning in her disappointment, she wonders if a meteor could fall on it. This sounded like a splendid idea for Liam, who devises a plan to take the monster down for good. He uses Asuna as bait to lure the monster to a deserted place and summons his item box to unleash a large boulder on it. They end up using this technique to take down 2 caterpillar monsters and return to the guild with them. Seeing this, the guildmaster and the hunters are left shocked once again. He wonders how they were able to take down 2 of the monsters in such a short time. The other hunters continue to wonder how they were able to take down the monsters. Meanwhile, Asuna tries to riz the guild master into giving them a higher reward, reminding him that there could have been an issue with the important visitor if they hadn't found the second caterpillar monster. Acknowledging this, he offers to give them 5 times the original reward money. This pleases Asuna, but Liam is unbuttered about it. Later that day, everyone awaits the arrival of the important visitor. While Liam stands in wait, his elderly brother comes to commend him on his successes since joining the guild. He urges Liam to keep up the good work and leaves. Seeing him, Asuna immediately imagines that Albervit would be very rude. Liam agrees to this, since Albervit has always seen him as a nuisance. On the bright side, the important person arrives. While he walks past the large number of people greeting him, he turns his sights to Liam and Asuna, and she is starstruck by his gaze. Later that day, Liam meets up with the important guest and he introduces himself as James Stanley. When Liam introduces himself, James responds like he is familiar with Liam's his father, not wanting to dwell on that. He seeks to know what Liam is doing with a ring belonging to someone he knows named Raymond. This happened to be Liam's master. At first, James tries to joke with him by suggesting that he had Isekai Raymond to take the ring, but hearing Liam mention that Raymond was his master, that cools him down. The two engage in conversations about Liam's time as Raymond's student, which James finds very funny. He wishes to see just how powerful a student of Raymond would be. To figure this out, he asks an acquaintance of his to shield himself from Liam's best attack, hoping to see just how powerful he is. Normally, Liam doesn't feel the need to say incantations. However, he remembers that he had read somewhere about how saying the words can help make your spell more effective. With this in mind, he uses the names of the 3 best singers he likes as an incantation to fire magic missiles at James' acquaintance, Simon. At first, it seems like Simon can hold off well, but the missiles end up breaking through his magic barrier and making him pass out. Watching this, James is very pleased at how effective Liam's powers are. He offers to give him the title of a knight to give him the chance to be independent from his family. Later that day, James makes Liam a knight like he had said. He hopes this would help him to get out from the shadow of his brothers. With the knighting done, James seeks to know more about Liam's time with Raymond. He knows Liam's master to be quite the prankster, and wishes to know if Liam has ever experienced this. Just then, Liam is reminded of the time when his master left him with 100 kilograms of gold dust as a graduation gift after kissing them in the water and making him perfect the item box skill before being able to access it. Even though this was meant to be a gift, Raymond reveals that the mystery behind this is a graduation test for him. Hearing this, James immediately figures out that the gold is just a diversion, while the real graduation gift could be close by, but not hidden in plain sight. To figure this out, Liam heads back to the site and uses his item box to absorb all the water in the lake. Walking through the dry lake, he wonders what his master could have possibly left for him. He tries to decipher the final messages of his master, and soon comes up with the plan to extract the gold dust alone and drop it in the empty lake. After doing this, a mysterious door opens, leading him underneath the empty lake. Walking down the stairs, he finds a letter and a book. The letter reveals that the book, which happens to be a maximum level grimoire, is his actual graduation gift. Picking the book up, he figures that it holds the power to another world. Curious to know what this power holds, he is determined to practice it. For hours, he continued to practice the spells, but it yielded no favorably outcome. After multiple trials, he finally did it, and the spell revealed a huge mirror. He walks into the mirror to find an alternate space in a world different from that of the spellcaster. Also, the space would increase the more powerful he gets. Since this space could house people, making it more effective than the item box, Liam is left imagining the endless possibilities of this spell. He is incredibly thankful to his master for leaving him with something as powerful as this. A month later, Liam and Asuna are fighting against the large frog. He tries to use fire salamanders against it, but they are of no effect. Instead, it angers the frog to the point where it is about to blast them with lightning. Sensing this, Liam uses his another world powers and takes Asuna with him to protect them from the frog's attack. Eventually, the frog passes out, allowing Asuna to finish it. They take the frog's magic stone to the guild, and the guildmaster is surprised that they pulled this off, especially since it was an A-rank job, although he makes it seem like Liam did it all alone. This annoys Asuna, but she doesn't take it too personally. Instead, he wishes there was a way she could get stronger so she can match up to Liam's strength. At that moment, the guildmaster suggests that she becomes his familiar, since this would make her powers improve in line with her master's powers. Hearing this, Asuna is thrilled. She doesn't mind becoming Liam's familiar. Even though one of the effects is that she would never be able to say no to him, she claims that she doesn't mind even if he intends to be sneaky with her. Since she had no problems with it, Liam agrees. The guildmaster performs the rituals for them by making Asuna kiss the back of Liam's hand. When she does this, she immediately becomes more powerful and possesses a unique skill that allows her to move like a speedster. Seeing how this works, Liam still has his doubts about the familiar contract making her powers improve in a short time. He intends to try it out with someone else to see if it truly works. As a solution, Asuna recommends someone she knows named Jody. When Liam makes Jody his familiar, she suddenly becomes younger and possesses the power to heal people with her cooking. Days later, James invites Liam to his mansion and informs him about the arrival of the princess, Scarlet. He praises all of Liam's achievements since arriving at the town and reveals that these have made him a person of interest to the princess. Furthermore, he reveals that the princess wishes to see his familiars and wants to watch them perform their unique abilities. Hearing this, Liam immediately declines since he feels this would be disrespectful for his familiars, who are his friends and not objects of spectacle. After he says this, James lets him go. After that, we realize that the princess is actually the maid in disguise, and having heard all that they had talked about, she believes that Liam wouldn't dare say the same to her face. That brings the episode to an end. Thanks for watching. Want next part? Subscribe the channel and turn on notification bell.